Hi, my fellow Americans. Today it's my fellow Americans, not just my fellow New Yorkers. As you may have heard recently, a few minutes ago, my father's law license was suspended by the New York State First Appellate Division of the Supreme Court.
A panel of New York judges have decided that Trump's right-hand man, Rudy Giuliani, will not be practicing law anytime soon. And as you may have expected, Rudy's son, Andrew Giuliani, is out here in these streets embarrassing his family name on his father's behalf. Welcome into TYT Overruled. I'm your host, Adrienne Lawrence. Yep, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani has been temporarily suspended from practicing law in New York and faces disbarment. In Giuliani's case, the appellate panel said this: "We conclude that there is uncontroverted evidence that respondent communicated demonstrably false and misleading statements to courts, lawmakers, and the public at large in his capacity as lawyer for former President Donald J. Trump and the Trump campaign in connection with Trump's failed effort at re-election in 2020. We conclude that respondent's conduct immediately threatens the public interest and warrants interim suspension from the practice of law, pending further proceedings before the Attorney Grievance Committee." Yikes. This move is relatively unprecedented, as there has not yet been a hearing on the allegations against Giuliani. But then again, the January 6th attacks on the U.S. Capitol was pretty unprecedented too. So here we are. But seriously, this man was also the top federal prosecutor in Manhattan. Rudy knows the ethical rules. He simply tried to skate them to further his little buddy, Donald Trump, and now Rudy has his entire legal identity on the line. Although it'll likely take months to get a final ruling, the court also noted that Rudy would be likely to face permanent sanctions after the proceedings conclude. So good luck to him. And in the meantime, Rudy needs to corral his kinfolk. Andrew Giuliani, who was running for mayor of New York City, well, he seems to think that a decision temporarily suspending his father's license is really political antics.
5-0, ultimately. Democrats with 0 Republicans on there. Again, this is just unbelievable to see just how politicized all of this has become. I am infuriated by all of this, and any American that believes in an independent justice system, this is going after one of President Trump's closest allies. That's exactly what this is. And any American that doesn't believe that, they are just biased.
If I could roll my eyes any harder, I would. To try to blame this on political division is utter nonsense. Andrew seems to be the only one who's opting to ignore the fact that Rudy was running around in these streets, making all sorts of unsubstantiated claims and downgrading the legal profession as a whole. Rudy was helping instigate a coup on the U.S. government. And he's facing multiple defamation lawsuits for trying to undermine the 2020 presidential election results. We watched it play out on prime time. Why is this Ginger Giuliani trying to gaslight us?
This is unacceptable, and I stand by my father. He did everything ultimately by the book, and the fact that there would be this politicization in our Justice Department is disgusting. It is a cancer that needs to be cut out, and it needs to be cut out right now.
I hope he stands by his daddy all the way to the penitentiary. Both of these men are nothing short of foolish 5.0.